Hello, car people. Watching Pierre's videos on Mercedes-Benz, he said to share a Mercedes story concerning the dealership. So I decided why not? Because I have an interesting one. In 1985, I think it was the summertime, I took an Eldorado to the Mercedes dealership and asked for an appraisal to see how much my 83 Eldorado was worth in trade toward a Mercedes 380 SL convertible. And I specifically wanted a diamond blue with a navy blue interior, the only color in which you get a dashboard that is the same color as the upholstery. Everybody else got a black dash with tan seats. Kind of looked ugly compared to your Cadillacs, which had a red steering wheel, red dash. You got a much nicer cosmetic interior with the GM product at the time, but GM was making faulty engines more and more. So I went to a place called Crown Automobile in Birmingham. I'll name names, I'm not afraid to say it. They need to be put in their place. And I said, I want this Mercedes, and they said, well, we'll only appraise the car if you are willing to sign a deal. And I thought that was astronomical. At the time, you could pull into any dealership and say, I need my car appraised. And then that would tell you how much you had to put down on another car. It was pretty much standard practice at the time. Madness like Carvana didn't exist at the time. Nor did the internet and car buying. So I said I want to order the car, went along with the dealer, and after I really knew what my car was worth, and I ordered the Mercedes and waited for what they said was it was going to arrive on an allocation order. That meant the factory put together a bunch of cars and they distributed them here and there to fill up their lot. Nothing really special ordered, just an allocated order. So when the car on the allocated order was set to arrive on a specific date at the time, I kept calling, asking had the allocation arrived. And on the actual day of the allocation, they said no, it had not arrived. I grew impatient, and I said, let's check with Atlanta. It's about 110 miles away. And I called the Atlanta's Classic Cars, Mercedes-Benz of North America dealership. And I said, do you have a diamond blue Mercedes convertible in stock? And they said, well, yes, we just got one. And I said, really? And they said, yeah, it was sent over from Birmingham in trade for a 380 SEL. So, shocked, immediately took the Eldorado, went to Atlanta, purchased the same car for $2,000 less with a slightly higher appraisal, a new set of floor mats included, and a gift after I purchased the car of a potted plant arrived at my address. So when the car reached 1,000 miles, you get an initial oil change provided by the dealership. So I went down to Crown Automobile to get my 1,000-mile oil change. So when I pulled into the service department, waited for a rider to walk up to me. It's a very primitive, basic dealership, no bigger than Pierre's workshop. They accepted my car, and then there's a side door to the showroom, and that salesman I had spoken to had actually walked out the door. He looked at the car, he looked at me, and I smiled like I got my car. And he ran back to the dealership. He didn't walk, he ran like a good jog to grab that doorknob, and he was gone. So that was my story of the allocated Mercedes that disappeared, and I found it within 48 hours. And on the glass, the window sticker had the name Crown Automobile on the glass, Birmingham, Alabama, 4th Avenue South. And I'm standing in Atlanta at Atlanta's Classic Cars with a different dealer's name on the window sticker on the glass, and I got the car. So that's my story of that. And then from then on, I didn't buy dealer cars. I bought an 85 500 SEL, a gray car, very fast. I modified it, European headlights, stainless steel exhaust, European bumpers, even my 380 SL, I converted all of it back. To this day, it's sitting in storage with 64,000 miles in 2025 with European headlights, European bumpers, a body kit, and stainless steel exhaust. And it gets up and it flies. So, I recently acquired another 1985 Mercedes 190D 2.2 with 92,000 miles on it. And sitting outside, sadly, under a tree with a new paint job for the past 10 years is a Aqua Fire Mist W123 300D turbo diesel with an engine sitting on a pallet out in the rain, and I can find nobody to help me with it. I live in a rural area, and all they know is Fords, Chevys, pickup trucks, and they see Mercedes, and they know they can't steal it because they can't sell it, and I can't seem to get any help in this rural area with a collection of over 30 cars. But I'm not going to move down to Fraudula. You paid for it and it never arrived. You come outside and Haitians are stealing your coconuts and your oranges off your trees, and your garden hose is gone, your battery's ripped off. It's just not the kind of environment. And those long, straight roads, posted limit says 35, and here they come at 75. It's a state of death. Alligators, pythons, car crashes, encephalitis, brain-eating amoebas, and I think there migrants with a gun. There's just too many ways to die in South Florida. So here in Alabama, I stay with all my beautiful cars, even my Rolls Royce. Covered in cobwebs, but I own it. So that's my shared story of my dealings with the local dealership that I named the Stealership. Thank you, Pierre, for all your videos. I'm a fully trained Mercedes technician. I've worked over 5 years at an independent workshop similar to yours, and your videos are showing me things that the Italian never told us. He just yelled, "Go figure it out, get out of the office," and slammed the door.